Welcome back to This is a Commander channel, where this is a Commander channel, and today I'm going to talk about Commander Tough Rules and Cool Interactions, episode 137. Today's episode is going to take a look at one of the cards from Thunder Junction that looks like it's just another card that does an effect we've seen dozens of times on other cards in Magic's history, all the way back to Alpha. But crazy enough, it's actually doing something that no other card in Magic's history does. Fans of the bonus questions, be sure to stick around for the end of this video for one of those. Okay, now onto the card. Return the Favor is a red instance with Spree and says, for 1 generic mana, copy target instance spell, sorcery spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. And then the second mode is for 1 generic mana to change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. For this episode, we're going to focus on that first mode, the one that makes a copy, and not the redirect mode. So after going through this effect, a lot of you are probably wondering what I meant at the start of the episode. This is clearly something similar to things like Fork that we got all the way back in Alpha that copies an instant or sorcery spell. But this Return the Favor does something extra. It can also copy abilities, and this is also something we've seen on plenty of cards before, like on Lithoform Engine and Strionic Resonator. I even did a Scryfall search for every card in Magic that has the words copy, triggered, and ability. And here's the result. There's not many. There's a few others. I excluded them. They weren't really relevant. They had those words, just not in the right ways. But there are a few, and you'll notice that Return the Favor does something that none of the others here do. Feel free to pause the video and read through these to see if you can figure it out on your own. I'll even include that link in the video's description to that Scryfall search, so click it if you'd like to. Okay, so Return the Favor is the only effect in Magic currently that lets you make a copy of a triggered ability or an activated ability that you don't control. Every one of these other cards only allows for you to copy triggered and activated abilities that you control. This means that you could copy your opponent's activation of Aetherflux Reservoir to deal 50 damage. And because yours will be higher on the stack, yours will resolve before theirs, and you could even kill them before they can deal their 50 damage. Or if your opponent casts an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, you can pick your own 2 permanents on the battlefield to exile. This is quite a powerful thing, as mostly in the past, you've only ever been able to counter the activated and triggered abilities that you don't control. So now for something extra spicy that you can do with this card. Let's say your opponent casts their Quantum Misalignment, which is a sorcery that says, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it isn't legendary and has Rebound. Then, on your turn, you draw your Return the Favor. You wait until their next turn, and at the beginning of their upkeep, they try to cast their Rebounded Misalignment. Now, you could let them cast it, and then you respond with your Return the Favor to make a copy of it as the sorcery spell. This results in both of you casting a misalignment and both getting a non-legendary token copy of a creature. Or you could be more devious, and with the triggered ability of Rebound on the stack, you cast your Return the Favor to make a copy of that triggered ability. Your copy of that resolves first from the stack, so you now cast that misalignment from exile, getting to make your creature token, and then your opponent still gets to resolve their Rebound triggered ability, letting them cast the misalignment from exile. Oh, but now it's no longer there in exile to be cast, so you kind of basically steal it. Now, there are not all too many great spells in Magic that have Rebound. You're not likely to encounter them in a game. It's not likely to come up too often, but if you happen to be playing against a commander that is built around giving Rebound to cards, then this could be quite a tool to have. It isn't just limited to Rebound either. If your opponent is using cards with Suspend, or maybe they're giving Suspend to cards, then you could also use this to copy the trigger on their upkeep to cast the card from exile when the last Suspend counter when the last time counter is removed. I can pretty much guarantee that your opponents will be caught off guard by this unique interaction. The card is legit really good to just be able to copy your opponent's normal abilities that happen dozens, if not hundreds of times in an average game of Commander. But using it for this sneaky theft kind of thing and robbing them from getting to cast their card a second time through Rebound or getting to cast it cheaper through the Suspend cost, that's just awesome. You're going to really surprise them with that. Okay, so now on to the bonus question, and this is in regards to the second mode on Return the Favor, which says, change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. Let's say your opponent casts Hex, which is a sorcery that says, destroy 6 target creatures. Now, you probably already know that you can't use the Return the Favor on Hex because the favor specifically states that the spell or ability must only have a single target. Hex has 6. But what happens if you manage to make 5 of the 6 targets illegal? Would that work? If you have 5 of those creatures gain protection from black, making them illegal targets for Hex, and it now only has 1 legal target, does this open you up to being able to use the Return the Favor targeting the Hex spell while it's on the stack? Anyhow, that's all I've got for today's episode. As always, I hope that all of you have found this video to be entertaining at least, and I hope that a few of you even learned something about the crazy rules in this great game of Magic. Have a good one. Ta-ta. And for anybody sticking around, if you notice my throat getting groggy a lot, I'm actually not sick, but this is, I think, the first time I've ever made one of these videos like immediately after I ate. And I think I have to make like 30 additional cuts because I had to keep clearing my throat. So lessons learned, I will never make one of these videos immediately after I eat. Kind of crazy. We're 137 of these in, and I've never made one immediately after eating. I don't think so. Kind of weird. All right. Well, that's enough weird talking about clearing your throat after the... Okay, whatever. Yeah, you guys have a good one. Ta-ta.